There it is. City Hall, potentially your new home, John? What do you think?
Well, it's not my home.
Your new digs. Your new
place
digs.
Of work, hopefully.
Place of work.
We're going to work at that.
John Tory joins us right now, and we've been discussing you. Every time you drop by here, I keep trying to pressure you to say, are you going to run? Are you going to run? Are you going to run, John?
Well, yes, I am, and I'm enthused about becoming the next mayor. I've lived my whole life in the city, Kevin, and I love the city. And I said I would make a decision by the end of February, and here we are.
When did you make your decision?
Well, I mean, a few days ago, in terms of saying, all right, that's absolutely it. But we said the end of February a long time ago. I mean, I think I'm quoted back in November as saying it would be the end of February, and I was conscious of the fact I'd said that, and it was the right time to sort of think about it thoughtfully and to really sort of solidify in my own mind the things that I'm running on, which are to make the city livable, affordable, and functional. And I think those are, I can explain any of those to you want, but I think that's what people want.
Well, your first platform, you've already put down one plank in your platform, and that is to do with transit. The downtown relief line is going to be a priority of yours.
Well, on the livability of the city, I don't think there's one thing people would name that is more important in the region, but in the city as well, than getting transit built and addressing and attacking traffic congestion. And that starts with building that Yonge Street relief line. These are going to be lifelines, these relief lines, but the one in particular for families and businesses in the city, we got to get on with it. We got to get shovels in the ground and do it. I mean, because there's a lot of talk that goes on in this town and not enough action.
There's a lot of talk about transit that goes on in this town and not a lot of action about that. What kind of race do you anticipate over the next few months? It's already been quite hot and heavy with the conversation and the muckraking that is happening there. What kind of campaign are we going to be in for? Are things going to settle down?
Well, people say all kinds of things about how they predict it's going to be. I can only speak for myself. I'm going to run a race that's about the future, that's about ideas to build a livable, affordable, functional city, to get the government working again, with people working with each other, working with other governments, getting transit built, as opposed to getting bogged down in anything else. I want to be positive and about the future, and that's what I'm going to do, and others will have to see. But I am who I am, and that's the kind of campaign I'm going to run.
Tell me about Karen Stintz, who also will be putting her name in today. In fact, she'll be joining us in a few minutes here on Breakfast Television. There was you were seen almost as a threat to her in previous elections, whether or not she made a decision to run.
She's obviously made her own decision to run. I respect Karen Stintz. I respect all the people who have the courage to be in public service and to put their name on a ballot. And we'll have a great debate about the ideas for the future of the city, and the voters get to decide. That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Do you worry about the two of you maybe splitting the vote on the center and the right?
Well, I don't get into all this stuff. I mean, because it's so hard to sort of, it's almost presumptuous of the public, you know, to sort of start analyzing what they're going to do. In the end, I think that I know what I'm about, which is building this livable, affordable city, keeping taxes low, especially property taxes, really minding the taxpayers' money, bringing people together and getting the city working. One city where, you know, you're the mayor for everybody. So to me, that's what's really important here, and other people will run on whatever platforms they choose to run on. That's what makes it interesting.
Rob Ford has also said he wants to keep taxes low as well. How do you plan a battle against Rob Ford, who has very, very strong grassroots level? No matter what accusations are leveled at him, what he is facing, any problems, he still has this grassroots support. How do you fight that? I
think people will recognize in the end that you can have a plan that has a number of elements. Mine is keeping taxes low, bringing jobs and investment here, getting transit built first and foremost. But you can have that plan no matter what it is. And if you can't get it implemented and can't get people working together and can't get the council working together and work with other governments, then it's not going to amount to much. And so in my case, I have that plan. It has similarities to perhaps what some other people are saying, but I want to also focus on getting the government working, making the city functional, working with other governments. A lot of these problems are regional in nature. You've got to work with the governments around Toronto to help make it seamless for transit riders. But at the end of the day, it's about getting government working, keeping taxes down, and getting transit built.
How do you keep taxes low and get that, especially the relief line? That's a pretty expensive line that you're talking about.
If you ask me if there is a further efficiency to be found in this government and all governments, but at Toronto City Hall in particular, I can tell you, I've spent my career running large different large and small organizations. I've been in a position where I ran a company with thousands of employees. I think it's the one that owns this television station, and years ago. And I can tell you, you have to know how to look for these efficiencies and how to achieve them. And in the end, I think that can be done. I'll have a full financial plan, obviously, on how to pay for transit and the rest over the coming days.
All right, so the next time we see you is about an hour from now. We'll see you walking into the clerk's office as they unlock the doors this morning to file your papers.
Indeed. I hope they unlock the doors on time.
All right. Thank you very much,
Kevin,
John Tory, and good luck to you over these next few months.
Sure, thank you.
Let's check upstairs on the traffic picture. Here's Russ.
Well, I hope you're